In the last section you read, you found out that sociology is the scientific study of society. It focuses on the study of how society functions and the social interactions among people of a society. Sociology is everywhere, and those who study sociology, especially in college, often end up in all kinds of different jobs. You could end up teaching this subject to other people, such as myself, or you may end up using it in a job such as a social worker, a counselor, or a therapist in fields such as victim abuse for battered women, juvenile justice system, Medicare eligibility, disaster and Red Cross assistance. You could also get a job as a criminologist or with AmeriCorps, or you could go to work for a local state representative or as a demographer who collects, analyzes, and studies population statistics and trends. Even many journalists will end up using sociology to understand the trends in society when reporting the news. Even many who enter sales and marketing jobs will use the theories, the concepts, and the findings of sociology. But the question is, why did anyone ever think to study society like this in the first place? In other words, what was it that led to the rise of this new academic discipline called sociology? Well, sociology was born as an academic discipline in the 18th and 19th centuries as several individuals began to look at the effects of three main revolutions that were occurring. You had the agricultural revolution that changed the way farming was being done. You had the industrial revolution that created factories and the rapid growth of cities. And you had political revolutions that changed the way societies were organized in their governments and economies. So, as you read through this section, the main idea you want to keep in mind is this: social upheaval in Europe during the late 1700s and 1800s encouraged scholars to closely study society. Their world led to the development of the academic discipline that we now today call sociology. So, as you read this section, you want to answer two main questions. First, what factors led to the development of sociology? This is where you want to take notice to the agricultural, industrial, and political revolutions that I briefly introduced. Secondly, you want to answer, how did early sociologists lay the foundation for what we now call this field or this study called sociology? You're going to read about several key individuals and early sociologists, such as Auguste Comte, Herbert Spencer, Karl Marx, Emily Durkheim, and Max Weber, to name a few. You want to make sure that you take notes on these individuals and how it is that they shaped the way sociology was and even to this day is studied. In later sections, we will see how their theories provide the three main perspectives which guide sociologists today on how to explain and interpret many of the topics that I mentioned yesterday and topics and issues that we will discuss as we go through this course. So this is how I recommend you take notes on your reading. You want to create a chart like the one you see here. You want to identify each person, where they came from, what major topic they studied, and how they most contributed to sociology. So, for example, if we take Auguste Comte, you want to identify that he came from France. And you want to end up seeing that he studied the causes of the French Revolution, and he is most known for using the methods of physical science to study social life. He also is known as the founder of sociology. You want to continue this same for the others that are identified within this section, such as Harriet Martineau, Herbert Spencer, Karl Marx, Emily Durkheim, Max Weber, Jane Addams, and W.E.B. Du Bois.